Today we're going to make a full song with custom lyrics in under 10 minutes using Udio AI. We'll cover how to repeat choruses, create similar verses, and go over many other tips. Here's a quick sneak peek. First things first, let's talk lyrics. If you're feeling creative, go ahead and make your own. You'll want to tag each section of your song in brackets. Here's a list of example tags, which I'll leave in the description as well. So your full song might look something like this. A couple of things that I want to point out. First, the section tags are always surrounded in brackets. Second, the lyrics are always below the section tags. And lastly, take note that each verse and chorus, you'll see the word repeat. This is crucial to ensure that Udio repeats the same chorus and uses similar flow for your verses, even though the lyrics in each verse may differ. And if you're not feeling creative, I've got something for you too. I made a custom GPT within ChatGPT where you can input an idea for a song and it will generate the custom lyrics with section tags in the correct format for Udio. It will also give you prompt ideas. This is linked in the description as well. Jumping over to our GPT, we can give it a prompt for any song that we want. So a song about burnt toast.
Psych!
I did use a different prompt. It's a song about quitting my job to be a traveling man. And with our song in hand, we're gonna jump over to Udio and go to step 2, which is creating our first section. Even though this is our first section, we don't want to begin with the intro. We'll do that later on. With Udio, each section you create is 30 seconds long, and they recommend using between 200 and 350 characters per section, or about 6 lines of text. The more words or characters that you use, the faster your song is going to be, and the less you use, the slower your song will be. What I usually do is aim for about 2 sections, so like intro and verse 1 per section in Udio, to make sure there's not too many or too few words for that 30-second clip. As you can imagine, that is not a hard, fast rule. If you want your song to be a little bit slower for the intro, you could just include the intro. Or if you wanted to have a guitar solo for a full 30 seconds, you could certainly do that. So it's completely up to you how fast, how slow, and how much you want to include in this 30-second section that you're making. But for the sake of the video, we're going to stick to that 2-section rule. So we're going to go over here and we're going to copy the second 2 sections, since we're going to use this intro in the first verse in our intro later on, and paste that in our Udio prompt. The last step here is actually making the prompt for Udio. And this is where either normal or manual mode comes in. Normal mode takes a prompt of words like a song about a snow globe's world and changes that into tags that Udio can use automatically with their AI model. Manual mode lets you use your own tags, so like country, vocal, classic country, and really dial into exactly what you want to happen with that song, instead of having the algorithm do it for you. My preference is to use manual mode. It lets me be a little bit more precise with what I'm doing, but feel free, as you're working on your own song, to use either normal or manual mode. In the case of our song, we're gonna go back to ChatGPT and we're gonna grab the tags at the bottom here for the manual mode. We're gonna copy those and bring them back over to our prompt in Udio. Make sure we're set to manual mode. And then I am going to change the tags up a little bit. And we will see what we get. After playing around with the prompt a bit, we came up with a fun song.
The road calls, I hear its song, been tied down for way too long. I'm quitting my job. a traveling man. Gonna see the world, got my guitar in hand.
This will be the base that we build the song around. Step 3 is adding the additional sections. So what we're gonna do is extend the song that we like, and we're going to select add section after. We're gonna make sure to flip manual mode back on, and then we're gonna pop back over to our song and find the next 2 sections to copy. It will be verse repeat and pre-chorus. And we'll paste it in here. And at this point, I just want to emphasize how important it is to have repeat within the verse, and then for the next section, for the chorus as well. And I don't know if you caught it, but at the beginning of our song, there was a strange section. So right there at the beginning, I didn't like whatever was going on. So I'm going to use this crop and extend feature, which lets you cut from the front and the back of the track that you're extending. In this case, we're just trying to cut out that part. So I will highlight the rest of it and leave this off of the extension. And we'll go ahead and click extend. This top song is perfect. So we're going to extend that. And we're going to pop back over to our song and choose the next 2 sections and paste it over here. We're going to flip on the manual mode. And then I did still hear a little something at the beginning of the song.
The road calls, I hear its song, been tied down for weight.
And we will extend this again. We now have all 3 of our sections completed within the middle of the song. And the part I wanted to show you is the repeating choruses. So at about 9 seconds,
To be a traveling man, gonna see the world, got my guitar in hand. From city lights to desert sand, I'm living life just like I planned. To be a traveling man, gonna see the world, got my guitar in hand. From city lights to desert sand, I'm living life just like I planned.
so you can see how that repeat word really does a great job at making sure your choruses remain the same. The next step is going to be extending for the intro. And instead of adding a section after, we're going to add the intro before. And we're going to pop back over to ChatGPT, copy the intro and the first verse. We haven't talked about this yet, but the section tags can always be changed. I feel like it's especially useful with the intro and the outro. But if you want to make sure the intro includes an instrument, or in this case, an upbeat acoustic riff, you can throw that right in the section tag and let Udio create that for you. The other option that you have is to be less creative and let Udio do the work. So you could just leave intro as something like this and let it create it for you. And then of course, if you wanted any lyrics below your section tag, you could always add that to the intro and outro as well. But we're going to delete that hello, and we're going to go ahead and generate this extension. All right, let's take a listen.
Woke up to the same old grind, dreams of freedom on my mind. Desk job got me feeling low, time to pack my bags and go.
Amazing. Let's move on to step 5, which is the outro. So this is very similar to the intro. You have the ability to change the section tags however you wish, but what we're gonna do is add the outro after, and then move back to ChatGPT, and we're gonna try to grab the guitar solo, the chorus, and the outro. We'll see if it all fits. We may have to drop the guitar solo or add it as another section. So let's go ahead and throw it in here. I don't like how ChatGPT made that, so we're just gonna change this to guitar solo and leave the rest the same. Before we jump into the entire song, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for more. As you guys create your own songs, please put them in the comments. I'd love to listen.
Woke up to the same old grind, dreams of freedom on my mind. Desk job got me feeling low, time to pack my bags and go. The road calls, I hear its song, been tied down for way too long. I'm quitting my job to be a traveling man, gonna see the world, got my guitar in hand. From city lights to desert sand, I'm living life just like I planned. Boss man said, you're crazy, son, but my heart knows it's time for fun. Trading cubicles for open skies, adventures out there, no more lies. The wind whispers, come along, freedom's where I belong. I'm quitting my job to be a traveling man, gonna see the world, got my guitar in hand. From city lights to desert sand, I'm living life just like I planned. Miles to go, stories to write, every day's a brand new sight. I'm quitting my job to be a traveling